Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. It's the Weekly Pro Wrestling Rush, Episode 9, along with Steven Lane and Matt Shadis, as always. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
We're here to discuss the world of pro wrestling, as always, and we always review Raw every week like this, so you guys ready to get on with it?
Sure am.
If you've been listening to us, you know the routine by now. We're on our 9th episode, so if you haven't heard us, go back and check out all our past episodes. So, Raw opened up with the Occupy Raw segment from Daniel Bryan, which was the big deal from last week. Triple H comes out, said it's the fans' fault that he's got a few things to say to Bryan to his face later on in the night. Batista comes out, says Triple H is giving Bryan a chance to be in the main event match at Mania with Triple Threat, and he's kind of pissed off about that, and said he didn't come back to the WWE to be in a Triple Threat match, and wondering what Triple H is thinking. I thought that was kind of funny. Triple H claimed that Bryan had no chance in hell in beating him. He says no chance in hell makes me think of Vince McMahon. I don't know what you guys think.
What I think is, I think Hunter's going to screw Bryan out of that match, and Vince is going to come back and put Bryan into the main event.
Maybe a fatal. Well, it's kind of like I'm just saying that kind of like sounded like a hint to me, like him saying no chance in hell.
Oh yeah, that wasn't an accident.
Yeah, that wasn't an accident, no. So, yeah. So he comes out, says there's no chance in hell. Batista comes out, and, Triple H is all ticked off, claiming that, he thinks Batista's crazy, thinking Bryan's going to beat him. So Orton comes out, he agrees with Batista about Triple H being nuts or whatever for making it a triple threat match. Triple H says Bryan is getting in both of their heads. Batista says he's not getting in either of their heads as much as he's getting in Triple H's, which was funny. Orton asked for a no DQ match with Bryan later on in the night. Triple H booked it. Orton and Batista had a little war of words. Batista kind of claimed that Orton was sucked as champ. Orton claimed that Batista, nobody cared about him being back practically. I thought that those both were funny because both of them are true. What do you guys think?
Yeah, there was some really good stuff from Randy.
Yeah, he did a good job on that cut in that promo. Triple H actually got mad about them when they were having the war of words and said he's sick of Hollywood movie actors coming back to the business and thinking they know what's right for it. And then he says that he's sick of guys that get into their own heads so bad that they can't win a match by themselves. That was funny, too, because that's true about both of them, too. Although Batista I wouldn't consider a Hollywood movie star,
No.
I mean, what movie has he played in besides Scorpion King 3 or whatever, which was horrible. Anything released by Lionsgate Films is horrible, by the way.
Well, he had a huge Marvel movie coming out this summer.
He does got the Marvel movie coming out, but we'll see is it going to be a box office success or not. Nobody really knows the Guardians of the Galaxy. I got a couple of their comic books myself. I'm a Marvel fan, so I know them, but
I didn't even know he was going to be in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. You've probably never even heard of the comic book, have you, Steven?
No.
So you need to go check it out, and then you'll understand more about what he's talking about. So that's another story, though. But, he said that he thinks Vince might be right and says that because Vince said that the only people that they can trust is themselves. And then he finally got ticked off enough to say that if he beats Bryan at Mania, that he's putting himself in the main event match. So it's going to be a triple threat either way. And that's what I'm glad they did it because that's going to make Mania so much more intriguing. Make it a triple threat match no matter what. What do you guys think? Do you agree?
Put Triple H in there.
Yeah, I don't care who gets in there, Bryan or Triple H. I hope Bryan gets in there, though, for the sake of the company, and if they're wanting to give people what they want, and they're always saying they give people what they want, and they listen to the people, then they're going to put Bryan in that Mania match, and he's going to come out with the belt. You know, I'm thinking that's what they're gonna do is they're gonna let Bryan come out with the belt overall in this Mania. What do you think, Matt?
Oh yeah, well first of all, there's no way Bryan leaves WrestleMania without the belt.
That's what I'm saying. Because do you think that they're gonna give the fans what they want and go ahead and give Bryan the belt? You think this has just been a big storyline all along, straying him along, kinda?
Oh yeah, Bryan. Well, I don't know if it was a part of the master plan, but
I don't think it was either. I think he has taken Punk's spot. Like it's even being reported that he has taken Punk's spot, and it's almost a slap in the face to Punk what they're doing with him. It has been reported that. I personally think that they had high hopes for Bryan, but they didn't have high hopes of him being in the main event picture till Punk left. So that's just my opinion on that. I don't know.
Like I said before, I don't think that Bryan leaves with the belt at WrestleMania, but I think Triple H finds a way to get into that match too. I think it's going to be a fatal four-way.
Have they ever even they've had one fatal four-way that I know of at Mania 2000 when each of them had a guy in the corner. It was Big Show, Mankind, Rock, and Triple H, right? Yeah, that's the only other fatal four-way I know they've ever done at Mania, because I was going to say, have they ever even done one, but yes, they had. So,
I mean, that's the perfect way to bring Vince back to TV, and Vince wants to come back to TV, so let's do it.
I think they should just go ahead and announce it before the Mania even starts, that neither of them are going to have a match. They're both in the Mania main event match. Why do they have to fight two matches in the night?
Because you got to fill up space on the card.
Right. That's why I'm thinking only one of them's going to get in, though. I don't think Triple H is going to go twice in one night.
What I think is going to happen is I think Triple H is going to find some way to screw Daniel Bryan in that first match, because most of the people assume that Triple H is going to put himself over and bury Daniel Bryan. So what better way to do that than to actually bury Daniel Bryan, but Vince comes in or Shane comes in.
I know, no, it's not going to be Shane. It's not going to be Shane. I'm saying that right now. It's going to be Vince.
Either way, I don't care which McMahon it is, but I think that's going to happen.
We can discuss this more, but let's move along on the sheet for right now, all right? But we'll discuss this more by the end for sure. We moved on. Renee Young caught Batista backstage leaving, and I thought that was funny when Batista said coming back to WWE was a big mistake. By the way, that was funny. I had to put that in here.
She's the only interviewer?
She is the only interviewer now. I don't even see Saxton around anymore. I miss Matt Stryker. I'm just saying I miss Matt Stryker being the backstage interview guy. At least he has knowledge in the wrestling business and you know it. I miss, like, Mean Gene Okerlund, guys like that, you know?
At least like a diva that doesn't do anything, the interviewer.
You know, Mean Gene was the best, you know, so, and they got Renee Young. They're going into one of the biggest manias with Renee Young as the backstage announcer. Like, really?
There's nothing special about her. She doesn't even, she's not that good looking, you know? Come on.
Was she like a wrestler turned announcer, or where's she from? I don't even know what the story is.
Because when she first started, interviewing a lot, she noticed that she would always smile and laugh at the things that they said.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll have to look up more on her, but I'm not digging her really that much. I know, Matt, you don't really care, do you?
I like Renee Young. She's from Canada. I think she used to work for the Fight Network.
Yeah.
She used to do a lot of their wrestling coverage.
So she does wrestling coverage. She's not a wrestler.
Right.
Okay.
Then why was she laughing and smiling on camera when she shouldn't be? That's what I don't get. Probably because she's been a lifelong fan, and if I were a lifelong fan, it'd be pretty hard to keep it together backstage with all of the wrestlers.
I don't think I could go on and give a straight interview right off the bat. Well, I think I could in a certain scenario, but if they had something goofy going on, I'd crack up.
Yeah, but she used to do that all the time. I'm just like, you can't do that.
Well, she also hasn't had experience in front of a live camera, probably, too. That's another thing.
I'm just surprised how they just kept throwing her out there like that.
Well, she's became the primary announcer now. Okay, moving on from Renee Young, really. We got the Usos and the Real Americans. Real American Cesaro hit an uppercut and a neutralizer and hit Jimmy for the win. So what'd you guys think of that with the Real Americans pinning the tag champs? You think do you see a fatal 4-way or something coming at Mania, or?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The tag team division is really good right now, but really like confusing. Like I don't know what's going on. Like who's gonna fight who at this Mania?
That's the way I feel. Yeah.
Or will they even have a tag match at Mania for the belts? Because there's been Manias that they haven't, but I can't see them putting so much emphasis this year on the tag division and not having it at Mania. So.
Well, I read that Road Dogg's got some back issues going on, so they're essentially off of WrestleMania.
Who's that?
Road Dogg.
Road Dogg's got back issues, so he's kind of permanently injured right now.
Yeah, so from what I read, and I mean it was a dirt sheet, so take it for what it's worth.
Right. Now we always tell the fans, if we get something off a dirt sheet, yeah, you take it for what it's worth. But more than likely, it's more true than false. A lot of the times I've noticed. At least they get some inkling. They get some inkling towards what's going on. You know, there's some smart fans out there that are getting some info that we don't get. So I believe he's injured. That may be the end of the Outlaws, which would be sad in my opinion. They had a good little run there going.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be the Real Americans that get that tag match at Mania.
Yep, looks like they're going to go right above and sweep that right out from under them. And now they got Cesaro and Swagger just totally acting fine together. No tension at all. Like, didn't he just squeeze his hand down knock him down to his knees by squeezing his hand so hard last week? You know, like. Yeah. And now they're buddies. I mean, geez. Okay, moving on from that, you got Kane talking to the Shield backstage, claimed that they were replaceable and stuff like that. What'd you guys think of that little tidbit there? I like the Shield. I like the Shield. I think it was a stupid little, just a filler segment, but yeah, it was funny. Not really stupid, but they've been having a bunch of, like, it seems like every week on Raw now that Kane's talking to the Shield backstage at least once a night.
There's a lot of stupid crap going on with it.
And then you had something even more stupid with Hornswoggle out there handing out St. Patrick's Day decorations to the crowd after that.
Oh my God.
I didn't even know Hornswoggle was still employed till then. I knew he had to have been, but he's making that Leprechaun movie, Origins, or however you want to say it.
How is he still getting a paycheck?
So he made Leprechaun Origins or whatever. You know Leprechaun, the slasher film or whatever you want to put that in. Genre.
Yeah, he's going to be like the Leprechaun, I guess.
Is he? I don't know. I just know he was filming the movie and that's why he was gone. Digging the hair Hornswoggle too, by the way.
Oh, Jesus. He talks now too, doesn't he, somehow?
Say that again.
Oh, he talks somehow now? I don't know. Remember he used to not be able to talk?
They've had him talking now for a couple years, though. Haven't they, Matt?
Yeah.
That talking gimmick's been gone for a while now, Steven.
That is so dumb.
Oh, you didn't know that. He's been talking for a couple years. That's no surprise to me at all.
I think because I haven't seen him in about a year, I forgot.
I'm interested Matt, what's your thoughts on Hornswoggle?
He's just one of those things for the kids.
He's like an animatronic puppet out there, you know. Like when they go to Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, look at this little Hornswoggle for the kids. He's like the court jester. I don't know. Okay, Hornswoggle's segment was stupid. Bad News Barrett comes up and delivers some bad news. Now, this was funny. He said everyone will get drunk, have a hangover, and wake up regretting their decisions in the morning. Which he's probably pretty right about. He's right on about that. I'm liking bad news, but are they ever going to have this guy wrestle?
Probably not. No.
He's just going to keep delivering bad news. He's not a wrestler. He just delivers bad news. I guess that's the gimmick for him. He doesn't wrestle. So, is he going to pop up at Mania and deliver some bad news that they aren't going to have a triple threat match?
He better be in the Battle Royal.
They should just start using him for everything that the fans don't like. Like, just have him pop up and tell them, you know, I'm sorry, we got some bad news. Punk's not returning. Stuff like that. Okay, So, bad news segment. Then you had Sheamus against Titus O'Neil. And actually, to tell you the truth, they made Titus look pretty strong in this match, and he was kind of in control. I was kind of wondering how they were going to make him look against going against Sheamus, how they've been using him. Hornswoggle actually got involved, and Titus went to toss him, and he got caught up and got hit with multiple chops and a brogue kick for the win against Sheamus. He got pinned. Sheamus got the win, by the way. What did you guys think of that? You think they should have had Titus in that spot? I think they're if they're gonna have Titus pushed, like I said, and he was looking really good, having great promos. Why do you put him in there and job him out against Sheamus? It's not like they really jobbed him out, but you still had him lose.
Like, put Ryder in there, you know?
Yeah, if you're gonna have something like that, put Ryder or McIntyre or somebody like that in there that's not doing anything.
Yeah, right.
I didn't see the point of Titus getting pinned in that match. What about you, Matt?
I mean, who else are you going to put in there that's a heel? They don't have a whole lot of heels out
Miz?
there.
Miz?
I mean, they could put Darren Young in there.
I mean, yeah, somebody besides Titus O'Neil. Come on. He's I just say that because Titus I think they should be pushing him right now, not having him lose against Sheamus on Raw. It just makes him look weak.
They kind of were.
It makes him look right. I thought so too, but making him. But like I said, do you agree, Matt? They made him look pretty strong in the match.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they buried. It's not like they buried him and had him lose. Yeah, I just don't see why they had him in that spot on the card in Raw, but it is what it is. But they made him look strong at least. I see big things coming for him, and he's gonna have his time. Renee Young interviewed Sheamus after the match. Renee pops up again. And Sheamus said he entered the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which is kind of like are you guys really interested in this Battle Royal?
Not at all.
I'm not really interested either. How about you? How about you, Matt?
I am. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, if they could have some kind of outcome to this Battle Royal, give them an Intercontinental match or a U.S. title match, and like I texted you the other day, that they are planning on having it on the pre-show. And that's disappointed a lot of the talent backstage because they thought Hogan coming out and announcing this, it was going to be a major part on the card, but they have put it on the pre-show now. They have plans for it, so I don't know if they're... Say what?
Care about this match, it's filler, get it going, and let's get it over with, you know?
I told you last week that I was wondering if they put it on the pre-show, and I think they really, I think they're going to.
Yeah.
I wish they would put it on the main card, really. If you're going to have Hogan come out there and introduce, I agree with the talent backstage, why did you have Hogan come out and make a big old deal about it, and now it's going to be on the pre-show?
Yeah, that's not right.
What's your thought on that, Matt?
Have they said it's on the pre-show? I haven't seen anything that says that they've come out and said that it's on the pre-show.
No, they said that the plans are to have it on the pre-show. I'm just saying if it ends up being as planned, like they do now, is to have it on the pre-show, that, yeah, go back and look at... I seen it on the dirt sheet. Like you said, take it for what it's worth. But the wrestlers are supposedly kind of ticked off about it because they made it a big deal and now they want to put it on the pre-show.
I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. I mean, does it really matter if it's on the actual main card or not? I mean,
I think it does matter if it's on the main card. I really do. I really do. That's what I've said before. Yeah, but not in a pre-show. Not in a pre-show form. I don't know.
The pre-show is the same thing as being on the card. I mean,
not everybody watches the pre-show.
To me, it's more like a devaluing thing. You know what I mean? Like, well, the main event means more than the first match just because it's the main event. You know?
Right. It just seems like the pre-show should be something ridiculous. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. We'll see what happens, though, with that.
Money in the bank, bring it back.
Okay, what'd you guys think about Christian attacking Sheamus and hitting him with the kill switch? I think Christian's just, man, he's doing really good right now.
heel run.
And undervalued. And I forgot to say his commentary at ringside was said to be really good too.
It was awesome.
Yeah, he did a great job. And hitting that kill switch at the end and stuff, he's got some good heel heat going now, which I didn't know if he was going to be able to pull off really at first, but yeah, he's done good. I think he's got
that like edge and Chris Jericho personality, and he can he's really witty, you know.
Man, I wish they'd bring Jericho back and put Edge and Christian back together as a tag team again. That'd be so, or not Edge and Christian, but him and Christian together as a tag team. Jericho and Christian.
Yeah, they all have them same personalities, you know.
Yeah, him and Jericho had a good tag team, Christian and Jericho.
Oh, heck yeah.
Any thoughts on that, Matt?
I'm not really a big fan of Christian and Sheamus. Kind of boring to me.
I think the feud's good. I think if they have a payoff at Mania, it's going to be a good match.
Well, I've seen it. I mean, how are they going to make it any different? They've had just about every gimmick in the book so far.
I don't know what they're going to do, but it looks like they're going to do something. It's looking like they're going to keep it going. So, yeah, do some kind of cage match or something at Mania. That'd be neat.
Yeah, see, I was in Matt's boat last week saying what's the point of this rivalry? But then now, Christian's little commentaries get, and I'm actually kind of digging it now.
I like this feud from the get-go.
Yeah, I'm starting to like it.
Just because they're so stiff with each other, and it comes off so real, that they're just beating each other down. There's really no point to the feud, no.
No, there's not.
It's just like you guys are gonna feud, and they came out next week and started feuding. So.
Neither one of those guys really do anything for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means nothing.
Right.
It really doesn't.
Right. Next on the it was Cena coming out cutting his promo about how he was afraid of the fans listening to Bray Wyatt, and says that he was gonna fight for his legacy at Mania. And then you had Wyatt come out, which seems to be every week, cut another great promo. He's whistling and shown on the screen with a Cena t-shirt. And he actually claimed he didn't care if Cena died. He said he wants the fans to see him as he does. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was some strong stuff. But, man, he's been cutting great promos every week. And I think JR even said on his thing that he says he can't imagine how good this guy's going to be if he's already this good.
Yeah.
I mean, that match is going to be a good match, in my opinion, like I said last week. And that was all that was just a continuation of the feud. But they're cutting good promos. I like they started the feud at Elimination Chamber, and they're letting it have time to build up. And I'm interested to see what kind of confrontations they're going to have, or is it just going to be a war of words going into Mania, and they're really not going to touch?
That'd be the real old school way to do it. That'd be best.
I think that'd be the best way to do it, is have them keep cutting good promos against each other and not really ever come into contact. He can fight Harper and Rowan all he wants. But Wyatt, let him wait till Mania before they get their hands on each other.
I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being the match of the night.
It's going to be a good match. I don't know about match of the night, but I know it's going to be a good match.
Cena's going to go out there and try and steal the show since he's not actually in the main event this year.
I'm sure Cena's not happy about that. I'm thinking the same thing. He's not happy about that. Wyatt's an up-and-comer. He's going to want to put on a show at his first Mania.
Yeah.
It is going to be a good match. The next segment they had was the Bryan and Orton no DQ match. Batista got involved, speared Orton. Bryan hit a running kick on Batista and pinned Orton while he was down. And then Batista hit a Batista bomb after the match. What did you guys think of this no DQ match? Did you like it?
Yeah, that was pretty typical three-way match.
It pretty much proves to me that I think ultimately Bryan's going to end up in the feud.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I like the interaction with Batista at the end. That was pretty good. So, moving on from that, you had Heyman come out and says he was there to illustrate the point that Taker's last competitors are ones he barely survived. He showed Mania footage of Taker barely surviving over the past few years. Says Lesnar will conquer the... Say what?
With one notable exception missing from that film reel.
What was that?
They didn't show anything from the Punk match last year.
Yeah, no, I was wondering if they showed Punk on there because I didn't catch the little montage they were playing, but no Punk on there at all. Well, that just shows you right there I don't think he's coming back. If they're cutting footage, I got something else to say about Punk. His thing on The Talking Dead got better ratings than Raw.
Yeah, he looks so healthy. Have you seen it?
Uh-uh.
It looks like he's finally slept 2 nights in a row.
But they actually beat Raw in the ratings though, so that's funny.
He's sleeping now.
Going into Mania, he's sleeping now, and they're beating Raw in the ratings with the Talking Dead. Wow. Yeah.
Don't bring him back. If he wants to come back, I wouldn't bring him back if I was Triple H and Vince McMahon.
You wouldn't now?
No, I absolutely would not. No, because they don't need him.
They really don't need him now.
They don't. He walked out on him.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, it's foregone conclusion. I think he's done. He's no Stone Cold either, like I said.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't care either,
Mm-hmm. So did I say that Heyman said that Lesnar will conquer the streak, and they played a video of Brock destroying a bunch of people since he's returned? And he said that Undertaker will rest in peace. So do you see maybe Buried Alive match? They're both saying each other will rest in peace. Is it going to be a casket match, maybe?
I hope so. I hope so too, yeah.
What, casket match?
Either one. Buried Alive.
It needs some kind of gimmick, this match, in my opinion, because we saw them fight so many times. If you're a fan as long as we've been, we remember when they had their last feud. They had the Hell in the Cell and everything. This has got to be something to top that stuff that we remember. Unless they just don't care about the past. I don't... Say what?
I said I could definitely see a Buried Alive match being in New Orleans with all that voodoo stuff.
That'd be so sick.
Really cool.
That'd be so awesome, man, if they did something like that. But I just, man, how would you follow that up? It'd be tough. It'd be tough to follow it up. If you have Sting come out during that, that'd be neat.
Well, did you read today on WrestleZone.com? Sting's gonna make his debut at WrestleMania.
Well, they say that people within the WWE are pretty sure that he signed, and that they're pretty sure he'll make his debut at Mania. And he's going to be in WrestleCon in New Orleans that week. I have that. We're going to talk about that later here.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So moving on, Steph asked Triple H backstage about what happened last week and wonders what would happen to the business if Triple H went on to become the world champion again and had to go on the road. She asked Triple H if he's thinking at all. Triple H said he's thinking real clear, and that said he would take care of it. I thought that was kind of funny. Little tension build up. It was like a mock tension build up between Triple H and Stephanie. You thought they were fighting until the end of it. Then you had Gold. Say what?
It was like a gotcha.
Yeah. By the end of the night, we'll talk about why that was significant here in a little bit. But Goldust took on Fandango, Cody and Summer Rae at ringside. Fandango missed a drop kick, and Goldust hit a finisher for the win. I was kind of surprised to see Goldust actually beat him. Or Fandango, excuse me.
Did you watch this match?
No, I didn't.
It looked like they were having some issues. Goldust got up a little limpy afterwards, and I don't think that it was part of the. I don't think it was a work.
So you think
Yeah, he was shooting some pretty nasty glances towards Fandango after the match. It looked like they had a couple issues with each other.
First of all, say it right. It's Fandango.
Fandango.
Did some shit. First of all, say it right. And yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to go and check it out and see what you mean. I didn't see any reports on Goldust being hurt, so.
It looked pretty bad. He came off of the top rope for something. It looked like he landed awkward because Fandangle there, he didn't get where he was supposed to be or something like that.
Fandango. Okay, so I was kind of surprised they had Goldust go over him, really. Next, Kane blamed Lawler. Came out and blamed Jerry Lawler for last week's Daniel Bryan almost pulling off the Occupy Raw deal. He said it because it was Lawler's hometown, so he had to have something to do with it. Then the Shield came out. Lawler got in the ring. Kane takes his jacket off and says he knows Lawler isn't in fighting shape and he isn't going to enjoy what's going to come, which they're acting like they're going to beat him down. Rollins says the Shield always do what's best for business. And then they take the swerve and they attack Kane. Reigns hits a spear on Kane, and then they hit him with the triple powerbomb and stand tall over Kane, and the crowd's like going nuts. Was it a face turn or is this some kind of swerve? I don't know what's gonna happen here. Do you think that they turned him face with that?
I think they're going to be working the WrestleMania matches the faces because Kane's going to be in that match. I bet you Kane goes and gets two guys to team up with him. It's going to be a six-man tag.
Okay, well I don't know what's going to go down in that, but I wonder who the other two would be. Probably Rybaxel or something. Who knows? I like that. I saw this segment was a good segment though. I like what they did with the Shield tonight on Raw last night. Yeah, it really was. And if you caught SmackDown, you seen that Kane is ripped. Did you see the clip from SmackDown? Man, he's got like a six-pack and stuff now.
Oh yeah,
he's jacked up. They didn't take his shirt off on Raw though. I don't know why. It's like he's taking it off here and there, but he ain't really taking it off. I don't know. It's weird, but he is jacked up again, man. That damn DDP yoga must work.
Dude, it does.
I'm about thinking about getting on it myself.
But I don't like how they're calling him Corporate Kane.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say Corporate Kane came out, not Kane.
Like,
Corporate Kane. It's a play off the old corporation because. They had Corporate Mankind, Corporate Rock. You remember all that?
Yeah, in this time, they don't need to be calling him Corporate Kane. They're just like, they're attacking Kane. But then Michael Cole's like, they're attacking Corporate Kane. Like, that doesn't sound good.
Well, he's corporate. He's a Corporate Kane now, though. He's not the Monster Kane. He's just in the authority. He's in the corporation. So I don't see nothing wrong.
Michael Cole, it's just like, he's Corporate Kane. It's like, it's not. It's Kane.
Matt, what do you think of that? He's Corporate Kane. Corporate Kane.
Like, did the man get in their ear and tell him to say that? Seriously?
Call him Corporate Kane, damn it.
Right. Like, I can just imagine it. Like, fine, let's Corporate Kane.
Call him Corporate Kane, damn it. They're saying in the earphone. I could hear him saying it. He's all pissed off backstage because they are. You aren't saying corporate. Okay, so we move on from the cool Shield segment. The next match, AJ and Tamina Snuka against the Funkadactyls, which I was going to know, why are the Funkadactyls even called the Funkadactyls anymore whenever the Funkasaurus isn't even the Funkasaurus or what? I don't understand. What's going on here?
I agree.
They still got the gimmick going. Huh? Yeah. But it's supposed to be with Brodus Clay and the Funkasaurus, and he's not even around anymore. So they're just the Funkadactyls now? Like, what's that even supposed to mean?
Yeah, what is that?
Okay, can't they just be Cameron and Naomi? Okay, Naomi hit the split-legged moonsault, surprisingly, pulled one of them out for the win. But after the match, I kind of called this. AJ pushed Tamina, and Tamina shoved AJ to the mat, and they kind of stared at each other. Looks like Tamina and AJ for the title at Mania.
Diesel HBK.
Yeah, we kind of called this on the last episode, I think, or was couple episodes ago or something, but I remember talking about that. But it's going to be the Diesel HBK type deal with them too. But definitely not as intriguing. I mean, seriously. So, any comments you guys want to make on that?
No, Ronda Rousey wants to wrestle next year at WrestleMania.
Who's she wanting to wrestle?
Anybody. She said she wants to wrestle a match at WrestleMania 31.
That'd be sweet.
Pretty cool. I'd watch that.
Yeah, that'd be neat to have her in there. As I don't know, give her a little run though, not just a match at Mania. Give her a little run or something. Who knows? So the next chapter after that, I guess when we hear more about that, we'll talk about that with Ronda Rousey. But the next segment was Big E, Mark Henry, the Big Slow, and Dolph Ziggler against Ryback, Del Rio, and Sandow. Big Slow choke slam Sandow for the win. And no, I'm not calling him Big Slow on accident. That's just what I call him. So what'd you guys think of that? That was a filler match, that 8-man tag. Filler.
Yeah. It was a preview of what to expect for the 30 or the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Are they all in it? I think everybody in that match is in it.
Yeah, everybody's in it.
Oh, and that right there, just speaking of Ziggler, they want to do a disgruntled employees faction with him. And who was I telling you, Steven? Who was the other two? Miz and
Ryder.
Yep, Ryder, Miz, and Ziggler, the disgruntled WWE employee faction. What do you think of that? You heard that, Matt?
Put them on TV.
Yeah, but it's gonna be just like another 3MB. I mean, they'll be jobbing out every week. They'll be jobbing out every week. Them and 3MB could have a feud, maybe, of who's the worst 3-man job team. That'd be a good one.
Wow, I don't know who could win that one.
They could even switch members and nobody would even care. Okay, Bray Wyatt versus Kofi Kingston was the next match, and Bray pretty much just dominated and hit the Sister Abigail for the win. And as I said, Bray is just awesome. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm pretty sure you agree with me. In the ring and on the stick, the guy's got it all going down for him. Wyatt's he's going to be a star in my opinion, but you got to keep him a heel. He'd never work as a face, so there's no way you could use that character as a face. I guess I would have said that about The Undertaker in the beginning if you've seen him in his initial debut too, though, So you never know, if he catches on, he could be like this cool cult following thing, that puts him over with the fans.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the next one to go on a WrestleMania run.
You know what? And I think maybe they're saying Mania 32 is going to be Taker's last Mania. I could see Bray Wyatt taking a streak there.
How cool would that be? That'd be pretty sweet.
Giving him a 2-year build-up, to get his character built up, and he's still where he's at right now, and he's still the demonic character that he is on TV. What a better match to have, or a better guy to have take him out, and take the reins over as the, new darkness of the WWE.
That would be awesome.
That'd be
so cool.
That's just my prediction on that. Okay, and then we come down to the final segment on Raw. Triple H and Bryan come out to the ring together. Triple H says it was all supposed to happen this way. He's not going to apologize for what he does to Bryan at Mania. He says he has no choice but to end the Yes Movement. He actually tried to shake Bryan's hand and said that he knows he dumped all this on him and he respects how he didn't fold. And then Stephanie comes out with some cops and tells them to arrest Daniel Bryan. Triple H and Stephanie do like a little argument outside the ring as the cops arrest Bryan and put him in the cuffs. Triple H then does a sarcastic kind of smile at Stephanie, jumps back in the ring, tells the cops to let him go, tells them that they aren't even real cops and it was a setup. That was kind of funny, I thought. I told Steven earlier that I thought this whole beating was kind of funny to me. It was a setup. So Triple H then attacks Bryan in and outside the ring as Stephanie does the yes chant, mocking Bryan. He beats the hell out of him some more, suplexes him in the announce table. Then Stephanie starts slapping him in the face as Bryan yells at her that she hits like a girl. Like, really? What the hell else is she gonna hit like, Daniel? Really? She hits like a girl? Triple H gets pissed, sends him into the ring post. Or no, he sends him in the ring and hits him, throws him into the corner with the chair set up, hits his head off of that. And, I think Stephanie started slapping him again at that point, right? And he's saying, "You hit like a girl."
Dude, I was thinking the same thing, and I think that he realized it probably, I'm sure, right after he said it, like, why did I say that?
Dude, it's so stupid. He said it twice, I think, within the segment, didn't he, Matt?
Yeah, like, you hit like a girl, like, yeah, no crap.
Did he say it twice in the segment or just once?
I think it was 2 or 3 times, actually.
Okay, well, once was stupid enough, but
Well,
what else is she going to hit, like, a man? I mean...
You might as well have just said, keep hitting me, or come on, rather than, like, you hit like a girl.
I don't know, that was just funny to me. So Triple H, as Steph smiles at Triple H after he hit his head off that chair, he hits a pedigree on Daniel Bryan, and as he stands over him, he says everything belongs to them as they go off the air, Triple H and Stephanie. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good, strong finish there. I thought the whole beatdown was kind of just hilarious, in my opinion. You couldn't have got more PG than that in a beatdown.
Yeah, it's showing through.
I mean, that PG's got to go. If you're going to make wrestling good, it can't be PG. What do you think, Matt?
I didn't have a problem with it.
You like PG beatdowns? Like, we can't do it. We can't take the chair and hit it off his head. We've got to set it up in the corner and throw his head into it. I mean, come on.
Here's the thing. The PG means one thing. There's restrictions. Do you like restrictions? Yeah, I don't.
I don't like the restrictions either. I'd rather see him
like it either.
in a feud like this. I think Bryan should have been left in a bloody mess out there.
Yeah, and there's wrestlers that can't get over because of restrictions. And I don't believe in it. I don't think you don't need blood or whatever. That's cool.
Like I was talking today to Steven about, Matt. Like, you think of this. What would they have done back when Stone Cold fought Bret Hart in that I Quit match if you couldn't use blood? I mean, that match wouldn't even never work.
It's not 1996 anymore. You've got 50% of your fan base are kids under the age of 10.
Yeah, but the match is that.
You're never going to let kids under the age of 10 watch a show where people are covered in blood.
Well, no. I'm just saying I just wish they'd phase that out, though. They did it back when I was a kid. Whenever their main audience was kids, they still bled. I remember it clearly.
That's what I grew up to.
I grew up in the era with Hulk Hogan as champion and Macho Man and all them in the 80s, and they were bleeding. Maybe not bleeding like a mess, but they still bladed. I don't know.
Yeah. You can't do that stuff anymore. People don't like it.
Yeah. Well, UFC can go out and bleed everywhere. Like, I just don't get it.
It's the wrestling world. If you don't want to see it, then don't watch it.
Yeah, it's like watching UFC and expecting not to see no blood. I mean, I don't see...
You can't do business like that. You can't just say if you don't like it, you just don't watch it, because how are you going to make any money? You're not going to sell t-shirts to kids. You're not going to have parents buy kids t-shirts. You can't do that. I mean, but they used to do it, though. That's the thing. It's not like they used to not make as much money as they make now. Now they're a publicly traded company. Now they've got their own network.
But they were a public traded company back in 2000, though, or 99. So that can't be enough.
They didn't make as much money back then.
Oh, they were making money.
I'd say the company was more popular then, but they might not have been making more money,
No, yeah, they were more popular by far than now.
I just popularity or money.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business.
Right. I'd go for popularity, but they're going for money. I can see that. So that ends or concludes the discussion of Raw, but I have some other notes to talk about. Undertaker did show up after Raw and helped save John Cena. I have to check the video out. They got a video of it on the dirt sheet. Why couldn't Taker have come out during Raw? I'm just saying, like, he wrestles once a year and he can't show his face? I mean, I don't get it.
I don't either.
Carlos, by the way, what'd you guys think? Carlos Colon, the founder of the World Wrestling Council in Puerto Rico and a 26-time WWC champion, father of Carlito and Primo, who is now one of the El Matadores, wink wink, is being inducted in the Hall of Fame. And they actually announced that on SmackDown, which I wasn't surprised because many people don't even know Carlos Colon is. I mean, if you're in the wrestling world, you know Carlos Colon, but most 10-year-old, 15-year-olds don't know who Carlos Colon is. Not even 18-year-olds, probably.
Yeah.
They're thinking World Wrestling Council. 26-time champion, though. I didn't know that about him. That's pretty wicked, man. He held the belt 26 times.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. He had feuds with Macho Man, Ric Flair, Abdullah the Butcher. He came a lot to America, but made most of his living over in the World Wrestling Council. And he's basically known for starting that promotion in Puerto Rico, and it became a big promotion. So that's why he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame right there. Also, they announced Mr. T is going to be inducted into the Celebrity Wing. Now, I know Mr. T, he was at Mania 1 with Hogan as a tag team, and then I think, was it Mania 2 that he had the boxing match with Roddy Piper?
Yeah.
So he's had 2 matches at Mania, so I think he deserves to be in the Celebrity Wing already. I don't know why they're putting him in there now. Maybe because they're thinking Hogan's back. This will give him a spot. Let's do Mr. T. Because they were thinking of putting Mania 1, the match itself, in there anyway. So, and they have a Celebrity Wing, so I see nothing wrong with Mr. T going in. I know Roddy Piper will have a big problem with it because he does not like Mr. T. He never has. And if you don't believe me, go watch his DVD.
Yeah, I agree with Roddy Piper on that one.
So I still think Mr. T deserves to be in the Celebrity Wing, though, if they're going to have one. Since he did appear at the first 2 Manias. The other thing that we kind of talked about was Sting at WrestleCon on WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans. He's got a 10:30 to 1:30 limited availability. Many within WWE says he's signed and he will debut at Mania. So what's your guys' take on this? And how do you think he's going to debut if he debuts?
Like, what's he doing in between that time?
I don't know, man. You know he's going to debut if he's got that limit availability and people within WWE are saying it. I'm pretty sure he's going to debut on Mania or the night after at Raw, like they did with Lesnar. Either way, I'd be happy too. But if he shows up at the Taker match, that'd make my whole damn night, and it'd probably be one of the best Manias that I'd seen for a while, just because Sting showed up. You know? Maybe set up Sting Taker at Mania 30 for Mania 31 and have a year-long feud where they don't really touch, but they...
That would be awesome.
Kind of like they did with Rock and Cena, where it's not like every month they're talking about the feud, but it went on for a year.
Yeah, and then get Sting out there,
And especially if Taker's only going to go till Mania 32, I think he wants to get one more run in, maybe, if he can.
Yeah, just don't burn him.
He said he's going to see how his body feels after Brock Lesnar, so...
Yeah.
I'm sure Brock will give him one hell of a match. Brock ain't going to take it easy. Taker confirmed for Raw Monday night, by the way, guys. And another thing I was going to ask is, did you guys see the injury from, they're saying Daniel Bryan's injured on WWE.com. I'm claiming that's a total work.
Oh, yeah.
If it's on WWE.com saying he's hurt, then that's a total work injury. So they're working an injury angle with Daniel Bryan here, which is interesting. I don't know what's going to come of that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it'll work.
But what do you think's going to come of it storyline-wise? I don't know why they'd be doing this.
They just wear another wrap around him.
I don't know, just to make him seem vulnerable at WrestleMania.
Yeah, either that or Triple H will try and tell him that you're not clear to compete or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think something stupid like that's gonna happen if they do anything with it. But it's definitely probably not a legit injury. But it could be. You never know. I haven't heard that it is or it isn't legit, but I'm pretty sure it's a work.
No, usually 9 times out of 10 when WWE.com is the one putting out the injury angle, it's not real.
Yeah. And there's one last comment that I wanted to make, is that AMC Network actually expressed interest in buying the WWE. Did you guys see that? Yeah, and they said they'd pay at least $2.8 to $2.9 billion for the company. They had talks with the WWE. Actually have had talks, but there was no outcome or any deal made. But AMC said that they would put WWE at a profit of $2.8 to $2.7 billion or something by selling the company. So we may see. I can't imagine Vince selling, but if the price is right, I could see him selling it. That's what I'm saying. Just like when WCW was purchased by Time Warner, I don't want to see AMC Network purchase WWE, but it may happen. You never know.
Yeah. I'm going to go with no. Nope.
I'm going to go with I don't want it to happen, but we'll see what happens with the talks and stuff. I don't think anything's going anywhere with it. It was just something I saw that I wanted to say on the show. But that's pretty much all I got to say this week, guys. What about you? I think that is going to conclude episode 9. We're going to say peace out, and we'll see you next week. Talk about more pro wrestling news and everything else. So I'm going to say peace out.
All right.